Hello and welcome to Time Out, your live daily huddle with Tristan White. It is really nice to be here with you on Thursday, the 18th of June. Welcome. If this is your first ever Time Out live daily huddle, well, thanks very much for being here. I'm excited that you've decided to join us today. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're here from Melbourne, please let me know. If you're here from Adelaide, if you're here from Canberra, if you're here from Perth, if you're here from wherever you might be tuning in from, I know we've got a crew from various places around the country. And if you're here, you're tuning in either live or on the replay, please give us a thumbs up. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I would love to hear from you. I'd love you to contribute and be part of this Time Out live daily huddle. My name's Tristan White. I'm the founder and CEO of the Physio Co, a healthcare company based in Melbourne that exists to help seniors stay mobile, safe and happy. I'm also the host of this growing crew of leaders who are doing their very best to learn, grow, build the confidence and be surrounded by people which will help them build a great place to work. I'm really excited to be here to share what I've learned with you and to help and support you as best you can. And thanks for being part of the crew. I can see Kira's here from Canberra. Nice to have you in the crew. Have you back again, Kira. And I look forward to hearing how you went with your priorities yesterday, Kira. Because here at Time Out, like every day, we have three agenda items or three things we cover. Firstly, it's called What's Going On? And that is, what are the 1, 2, 3 priorities that we're working on our business? And I say that with intent, that is working on our business. It's not the things we do working in our teams or in our business, the everyday stuff that has to get done. It's what are the 1, 2, 3 important priorities we're doing to work on the business, to improve it, to move it towards the vision, towards the future. Secondly, we talk about where are you stuck, and that is a chance to raise your hand and say, I'm stuck on this, something's not working out, I need some help, I need a hand, we're missing something here. When you're working with a group of people, it's so important to acknowledge the things that aren't quite working out, so then you can work on them and improve them. Here at Time Out, if you're stuck on something, please type it in the comments, let us know, and either me or someone else in the crew will do our very best to help you out and help you solve that challenge. And the last thing, like every day, we like to share a good news story. We have to be leaders who catch people doing something right. And we have a good news story that we share through the lens of a core value. Core values are a bit like rules, more like guiding principles of teams. And I think it's really important we grab those good news stories and we tell them, we share them, we practice them in as many ways, many places as we possibly can. So that's the plan. That's the plan for Time Out, like every weekday. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So I reckon I've got one question to ask. Marge is here. G'day, Marge. Nice to have you here again. The question I've got for you is, how did you go yesterday with your priorities? I looked down at my notes and I can see that I got 4 out of the 5 priorities that I shared with you yesterday done, complete. And the one that I didn't get done is a really important one. I'll share it with you when we get to those priorities, but one that I did not get to yesterday, and it was an important one, but not an urgent one, and I did let it slide. So there's a reminder there for me and for all of us. Alrighty, let's do it. Let's hit start on this timer up here in the corner. Away we go, 12 minutes, we're counting down. Welcome to Time Out. We're gonna start with what's going on. I'm gonna share my top 3 priorities from my job as the CEO of the Physio Co. And while I'm doing that, I'd love you to either make a note, to write down, or even better, to type in the comments what your priorities are for your job in your team today. It's so important we know what our priorities are so we can make progress on our team and in our business. So my priorities for today. Number 1, we have got a new financial year ahead, and I've got to make sure that I'm doing my job to make sure we are positioned in terms of growing our business, paying our bills, and having a budget that we know where we're headed financially. And so I've got another draft of our budget for FY21, financial year 21, from 1st of July 2020 to the 30th of June 2021. I need to review that and then keep working with Anushi in our finance team to make sure we're comfortable with where we're headed for the year ahead. Secondly, I need to prepare for a planning workshop that we've got happening next Monday and Tuesday. So the executive team and I at the Physio Co, there's 5 of us, and we come together weekly to make sure that it's a short weekly meeting, about an hour, Quarterly, we come together for a day to plan the next quarter and make sure that we're aligned with the important priorities and important things that we're working towards. And then once a year, we come together for a 2-day planning workshop for the year ahead. And that's happening on Monday and Tuesday of next week. And so I've got some homework, some preparation to do to prepare for that workshop for next week. And by the way, this will be the first time ever that we've done an annual planning workshop via Zoom. We've normally come together in person, but there's travel restrictions. There's also the rules that say we should still be working from home if we have been working from home in Victoria. So a planning workshop preparation for that. And lastly, there is one member of our executive team, Shilpa, who I haven't had a good chat with since I've come back from leave. So importantly, I am making sure that I have a call with Shilpa today to connect, see if there's anything that's on her mind that I can help and support her to make progress. She leads a team here in Victoria and making sure that I'm doing my job to support her so she can support her team. They're my 3 priorities, and I can see that Kira has put hers in here too. So let's check these out, Kira. Priorities for you today. Draft the next community wellness article, excellent. BAS financial follow-up, important. And schedule Zoom meeting with team leader. Got it, Kira, important ones. I can see there's communications and promotions, really important. I can see there's financial stuff that's critical for us leaders. And lastly, connecting with your team. I like it, a nice balance, important priorities. Thank you, Kira, for sharing. Good luck with those. And a quick question for you, Kira. Is the Zoom meeting in place of the wellness walk, or is it in addition to the wellness walk that you normally do? Because I knew you shared with us that you were struggling to get one scheduled yesterday. So please fill us in. I'd love to know whether the Zoom is in addition to or in place of that wellness walk. Alrighty, I like to always share a total of 5 priorities, 3 from the Physio Co today, 1 from the Culture is Everything crew, and 1 personal priority. The Culture is Everything priority that I need to share is the same one as yesterday. And that is that this Culture is Everything crew that firstly was a book. I wrote the book called Culture is Everything. Then it slowly built into a little bit of a brand with the Culture is Everything crew and the community that we're building. And then it actually is edging towards becoming a business. The Culture is Everything is a business as we build a network, a place for people to be supported to be the best leader they can be. And so I'm working on some core values. What are the core values of the Culture is Everything business that I lead? The thing is, I was supposed to work on them yesterday and I just didn't get it done. I worked on other urgent things and I let myself get interrupted and not get done. So that's the job in the next 24 hours to make sure I spend some time working on discovering those 4. I think there's going to be 4 core values for the Culture is Everything business that is evolving and growing in front of us. So that's my Culture is Everything priority. And the last one, personal priority, is that my family and I live on a very small little farm here in Foster, and we've got some cows and we've got some new little calves that joined us just recently. And I need to get outside and make sure I've got a trough and some water organised for those cows and calves to make sure that they've got everything they need. So that's my personal priority for this Arvo. Alrighty, hey, Kira's jumped in and said. She's told us that in addition to management, Zoom meeting has an agenda and is about the business, whereas the wellness walks are about the team member. Kira, thanks for clarifying. Thanks for sharing. So important. So you've got the personal connection and you've also got the professional connection as well in a rhythm. So I like it, Kira. Thanks for clarifying for us. Alrighty. Next part of the agenda for Time Out Daily Huddle is where are you stuck? Chance to raise something that you're stuck on, a challenge that may be getting in the way of making those priorities, the rhythm or the momentum that you might be building on your priorities. So here's a chance. I'm going to look at my notes and I'm going to say that for the 4th day in a row, I'm going to say that I'm not stuck anywhere. And that's possibly a stuck item in itself, because of course there's something getting in the way somewhere along the lines that I'm probably haven't identified, I haven't documented it, and I haven't shared it here at Time Out. So I'm going to make sure that I pay closer attention in the next 24 hours. And I'm going to ask you, are you stuck anywhere? Are you anything in your way? Kira shared with us yesterday. I really liked that the fact that she was putting into words where she's stuck, and I really appreciate that she shared with us. So if you're stuck anywhere, feel free to drop it in the comments or send me a message. I'll do my very best to help you out. It can be something really small, or it can be something quite significant. And I'll tell you something significant we're working through in our team at the Physio Co, which is on our Where Are You Stuck board at the Physio Co, is that we're working through this situation at the moment. We are supported, we're very fortunate to be supported by the stimulus of the Job Keeper program, but that's going to end at some point, maybe in September or maybe sooner. And we're working through where will we be stuck when that does finish up. So that's an important stuck item for us at the Physio Co. Alrighty, hey, Carlo's here. Nice to have you with us, Carlo. Appreciate you jumping in, mate, and giving us the thumbs up. Nice to have you here. Haven't seen you in a little while. Alrighty, third and last part of Time Out Live Daily Huddle is always a good news story told through the lens of a core value. Sometimes I share values from the Physio Co. Sometimes I share stories and good news stories from people that I know outside of the Physio Co. Sometimes we share members of the Culture Is Everything crew, like Ash Robbo earlier this week. We've had one of Kira's in the past. We've had one of Carmel's in the past. There's been plenty of examples out from inside the crew and from other places as well. Today, today I want to share one that sort of hit me between the eyes earlier on today. And I don't have a person, and I wish I did have the name of a person who'd lived this core value, because it is much better when we do. But the organization that's lived a set of core values is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, the professional social network that many of us are members of and spend time on. Well, LinkedIn have done something new in the last 24 hours. They've released a version of their own stories. Just like Facebook's got stories and just like Instagram's got stories. I think it all started from Snapchat. It was the first place we had stories in the very early days. Then it became Instagram, then Facebook, and now LinkedIn has joined in the trend, I guess. And the core value that I reckon LinkedIn has lived to bring this to life is called take intelligent risks. Now that's their core value, is take intelligent risks. Now, the reason I mention this, because it's new, it's different. Well, is it different? There's a question in itself. But it's definitely a risk for LinkedIn to be copying, if you will, some other social networks. Maybe it's going to work and maybe it is an intelligent risk. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're a bit too late to the party in terms of joining this idea of stories. For what it's worth, I gave it a go this morning. I've got a little story up on LinkedIn, really sharing that there's a new episode of the Think Big, Act Small podcast that dropped this morning. And so we'll check it out. I'll give it a go. Happy to give it a try. But the good news story for today is the good people at LinkedIn who have lived their value of take intelligent risks by adding a stories feature to LinkedIn. Alrighty, we are almost at the end. I just want to mention LinkedIn, because if you're on LinkedIn, then so am I. And if we're not connected there, then please seek me out, find me, send me an invitation. I'd love to be part of your network on LinkedIn if we're not already. We're probably on Facebook. Maybe we are on YouTube. Maybe we're connected on Twitter. Maybe we're on Instagram as well. Either way, I'd love to be connected and make sure I can follow and keep in touch with you, and you can follow what I'm up to as well. For the time being, that is time out for Thursday the 18th of June. I'm Tristan White. Have a great day. Good luck smashing those priorities. I'll be back here same time tomorrow, 1:03 p.m. Melbourne or Sydney time. That is 12:33 if you're in Adelaide. It is 11:03 if you're in Perth. Different time zones. Either way, I'll be here. For the time being, I'm Tristan White. Have a great day. See you next time.